Two candidates for governor with two very different visions of public education in Florida. ABC 7's Taylor Torregano is here with details about each plan. Taylor.
Alan, Representative Ron DeSantis vows to cut administrative costs and put the savings into school choice programs, while Mayor Andrew Gillum wants to increase the corporate income tax rate to raise $1 billion for public schools. So which one sounds better to you? The choice is yours.
It's a driving factor behind many family decisions. Where will the kids go to school? After 8 years of having a say on education in Florida, Rick Scott's time is up.
Different than my opponent, I actually believe in public education.
During a visit to Sarasota last week, Democrat Andrew Gillum told a crowd at Siesta Village that he's Scott's best successor because of the need for education reform.
My opponent is in favor of siphoning more and more money away from the public system and into the for-profit charter school system. What I'm interested in is reforming our education system in such a way that not only do we prepare our kids who are interested in going on to college, but for those who are not, I want to make sure that they have access to what my older siblings did.
Access to woodwork, mechanical, electrical, and technical training programs that will still enable students to be successful if they choose not to go to college.
And unfortunately, we've done away with that in the state of Florida, and the consequence has been that 44% of the people in our state say that they cannot make ends meet at the end of the month.
Gillum says he also plans to increase the corporate income tax rate to raise $1 billion for traditional public schools. This will also create a minimum salary of $50,000 for teachers. Sarasota School Board member Shirley Brown says she supports this idea, but told Gillum himself that there's an easier route to get to the same destination.
I told him, you know, you don't have to raise the corporate taxes to get an extra $1 billion for education. All you have to do is freeze the 25% automatic increase on the corporate tax credit scholarship.
Brown explained that the scholarship automatically, by statute, increases 25% every year if the demand is high enough. It's scheduled to reach $1 billion next year.
In Gillum's term, it would increase to $2 billion. So if he just froze those dollars and not allow that to increase, he would have an extra $1 billion that he could use for public education or other things.
On the contrary, Republican Ron DeSantis plans to increase the cap for that Florida tax credit scholarship. It's a program that was established in 2001 to provide an income tax credit for corporations that contribute money to nonprofits. Those nonprofit organizations then grant scholarships to lower income students who want to go to a private school.
Ultimately, what Ron and I are committed to doing is ensuring that all of our children have the highest quality education. And whether that means that those students with special needs and disabled students that currently avail themselves of scholarships and take that money and go elsewhere because they found that those schools are a better fit for them, we want to make sure that parents are in control.
DeSantis and his team also plan to require 80% of education spending to go to the classrooms, while promising to cut bureaucracy and administrative costs.
And that's something DeSantis has been focused on. When we talk about funding, the more funding needs to be going into the classrooms. You have to be very cautious of ensuring that it's not getting stuck at the central office and administration.
Of course, on both ends, there is skepticism about each candidate's ability to successfully execute his plan.
The idea that DeSantis wants to raise it to 80%, it's a fraudulent claim. I mean, there's already spending 70% in all classrooms across the state of Florida. What more is 10% going to be? They need to spend smarter, not more.
While another watchdog group says Mayor Gillum can't just expect to move $1 billion to public schooling.
Will it really supplement the previous expenditure, or will it supplant some of that expenditure and allow other money that used to be used on education to be funneled off to other places?
Now, as far as the debate over private and public school funding, Republicans say there is a lot of misinformation out there, but their beliefs boil down to giving the parent a choice for their child's education. Democrats insist this choice only funnels more money into private schooling when there is a dire need for that funding in the public school system.
Taylor, thank you very much.